Ciao Andrea.
Ciao, come stai, Joop?
Bene, grazie. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
white beard, white
yeah,
hair. So, how are you doing? Are you okay?
yeah. And good to see you.
Yeah, even to me. Thank you, George, for your calling.
No problem. We appreciate it. I thought it might be nice if you had a familiar face on here as well. I know you had been to Holyoke in the past, but I figured seeing Joop would be important here. I wanted to connect with you as quickly as we could because your name came up as a nominee to the International Volleyball Hall of Fame. And after all the fan voting was done, after our International Selection Committee casted their votes, the International Volleyball Hall of Fame Board of Directors voted unanimously to elect you as part of the class of 2024 as the male indoor player. So congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm very excited. And I was happy to be. So thank you very much. It's a great news. I'm very happy. I really appreciate it a lot. And thank you very much.
I think even after all these years, everybody really wants to recognize your achievements within the sport of volleyball. And I wanted to make sure that we had Joop here to give you an official congratulations on behalf as a co-chair of the International Selection Committee as well, and as a fellow Hall of Famer now.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I think we met the first time. You were also in the '85 world team in Italy World Championships.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That was the first time when we met, and then I met you in 91 when you were playing a Mediolano.
Yeah, right.
And our last meeting was not so long ago when you were a commentator, and in between we saw each other quite some times in 1996.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. I will remember that Olympic Games.
It took us 3 hours to say goodbye.
But do you remember when I think at the beginning of the 2000, I received from KLM, the Deutsche Air Company, an invite to be in Amsterdam. And I said, yeah, sure, it's a great opportunity to travel. And I discovered just when I arrived in Amsterdam that I was there to celebrate the most important match in the sports of Netherlands, the victory against Italia. And so it was pretty weird being there like a guest to celebrate my worst defeat in my own career.
Yeah, I have to say, Andrea, did you ever meet Samaranch?
Yeah, no, not Samaranch.
Samaranch told me afterwards that he wanted to give 24 medals, all gold medals, because he thought that the match was equaling. And,
yeah, that's nice.
And it takes two to tango. I mean, it was in the old counting, it was 2-1 for us in the final set. So,
but I can say that after many years, it was a long time to cope with this great feat. But really, we are working now because probably for the next Olympic Games in Italy, we will produce a documentary about the Generazione di Fenomeni. And talking with my friend, many times we say that the defeat in 1992 in Barcelona, it's harder than the one in 96 because the final in Atlanta was a wonderful match, was very close. And so that sports is a wonderful match. The other one, we felt much more responsible for the poor performance in Barcelona. So in our personal memory, it's more difficult to cope with the defeat in the quarterfinal in Barcelona than with the final and the final in Atlanta.
Yeah, the Atlanta final had, for the same money, it had been the other way around.
Yeah, right.
I know that in 2000 you were invited because the Dutch public voted that to be the sports moment of the century. Not Calcio, no Calcio, but which
it was
and you were always a magnificent player. You always have been tremendously challenged by your setter to see if you could cope with 80 balls, 90 balls, 100 balls in one match.
Yeah, it was a different volleyball.
Oh yeah.
I really enjoy. I was at the top level for a few years, not so long, probably because my role is very physically expensive. And then I lost probably too early the ability to be very focused. So I stopped. I retired when I was very young. Yeah. But I have a good memory about my career. I'm very happy because now I'm still in the world of volleyball. I'm following as a journalist. And it's really interesting to compare the volleyball of the 90s with the modern volleyball and see how the role of sports is changing in the society. So it's really exciting, and it's a way to stay in a world that I love. I'm not an athlete, I'm not directly involved, but it's a great opportunity. I'm very great about volleyball.
I mean, that's one of the roles as well from the Volleyball Hall of Fame. It's not only your performance on the court, but it's also the performance off the court, which makes people impactful in society. And in the 90s, it was only what Nike said, you don't win silver, you lose gold. Now it's social responsibility, and we have to inspire the next generation. So there's a big change, and you were ahead of that. So I'm very glad that you are voted in also by only people who have some knowledge about volleyball, namely people who are inside the Hall of Fame already. So
I have to tell you that I received some call from Modena. I don't know if George knows everything, but in the 90s, Panini Modena and Maxicono Parma was the strongest club in the Italian league. And Raul Quiroga, one of the nominees, was the big hero, big star of Modena. And I received a couple of calls saying it was really tough because you were an enemy. And Raul was our star. But you are Italian, so I had to force myself like a Modena, not Modena fans, but I vote for you, and I really appreciate that. It was very good. Thank you very much.
And it's so you have you in the hall as well, because it's not so easy for us to. Your name is still well known everywhere, and we have so many good players we'd like to have inside, but you were one of the guys we said it's impossible, they won't vote him. But Quiroga is also someone we say, hey, that was a special guy. He was a special.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So thank you very much. It's a great news. Thank you again. And so keep in touch and see you. Thank you, Joop. It was a pleasure.
Thank you, Andrea.
Thank you, George.
Every time when I watched you as a coach. Thank you very much. Yep.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.